Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, for the final episode of KingHawkBlox Edgy and Wrong, Volume 1. Now, recently, it's been about a year since the remaining KingHawkBlox throwers received their sentences, which were incredibly unjust for the crime they committed. And today we're going to be looking back on their sentences. Before we begin, I have to ask you to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. And then here we go. So today we are going to be watching this one right here. 14 sentenced to prison in fatal rock throwing prank from 2017. Let's get right into it.
He's accused of throwing rocks off an I-75 overpass and killing a man.
4 of 5 teens who took plea deals for reduced charges were sentenced to adult prison. 7 Action News reporter Jim Kurtzner with more on what happened inside the courtroom.
The 4 teens in court today were ages 15 to 17 years old when this happened. Their defense attorneys tried to convince the judge they should be sentenced as juveniles.
I always found that line a little bit funny for some reason. Maybe it was just because of like what he said immediately after. But like, really? You have the audacity? I know that it's like they're lawyers and it's their job to argue for their clients, but for God's sake, they showed no remorse. Discussed on Snapchat, lay low and it will blow over. Disgusting excuse.
The judge dramatically disagreed.
The proposal for juvenile sentencing is rejected.
Wow, can we talk about the fact he picked up that pile of documents just to drop it on the table for dramatic effect? I mean, the desk for dramatic effect. What a treasure. Also, I wish this judge was in charge of that case we talked about in episode 2 where those girls stole the car and only cared about their phone. They were only charged as juveniles. We will talk about that in Volume 2 of KingHawkBlox Edgy and Wrong. Let's continue.
That applause came from the family of the young man killed. It was October of 2017 when 5 teens threw rocks onto I-75, a game they called overpassing.
The fact rocks were loaded into the truck and brought to the overpass in preparation of this prank makes it so much worse. This wasn't a spontaneous act of idiocy, it was planned.
4 teens in court today have been held in juvenile detention since it happened, and they were all students at Clio High School. They were originally charged with second-degree murder, but pleaded guilty to a reduced charge of manslaughter. The sentence sends them to adult prison. 32-year-old Kenneth White was killed when a 6-pound rock.
He looks like such a nice man. 6-pound rock? That's not some kind of oopsie.
Crashed through the windshield.
That's beyond young and stupid. That's murder.
In the car he was riding in.
Kenneth getting his justice he deserves. My baby.
That mother's pain is something that makes me want to cry my eyes out.
He's happy now. He can rest.
The evidence and testimony in the case pointed to 18-year-old Kyle Anger as the one who planned the prank.
Stop calling it a prank. Putting a firecracker in a mailbox or wrecking a house is a prank. This is murder, and they succeeded.
Loaded up his pickup with the rocks and threw the rock and killed. He pleaded guilty to
And I'll have you know he was the first one out of jail. We will talk about that in Volume 2 of KingHawkBlox Edgy and Wrong. Let's just finish this up.
Degree murder and now faces several more years in prison when he is sentenced at a later date. The judge today giving defense attorneys for the 4 teens today until August the 20th to withdraw their pleas after a sentence they're now calling political and emotional.
Rulings like this get people elected.
Dang, you would change tune if it was your wife or kid that got killed. But anyways, I don't really have too much else to say about this. This one.
As adults is political.
Yeah, again.
The whims and the emotions of the family, which I understand.
If the 4 teens stay with this sentence, they could be out of prison sometime next year. The judge giving them credit for time served, 21 months.
Dang, how shameful of our courts. Again, the Kyle Anger was the first one out of jail. We will talk about that in Volume 2 of KingHawkBlox Edgy and Wrong. As I said before, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching Volume 1 of KingHawkBlox Edgy and Wrong, and I will see you in the next one.